Really interesting new study that came out on two different formulas that were supposedly something would help people sleep. They had slightly different concentrations of things, and here's what they had in them. Both formulas had L-theanine, CBD, and CBN. They didn't disclose how much of them was in there. Now, they both also had THC, GABA, hops oil, and valerian oil, but they had different amounts of all those. And long story short, the one that had lower amounts of THC, had higher amounts of hops oil, higher amounts of valerian oil, and slightly more GABA, was able to reduce sleep disturbance, reduce stress and anxiety, and promote feelings of well-being, improve their quality of life, help them to just feel better. So now, what's interesting there before we get to the details of the study is, again, the one that didn't work had a little bit more THC. It had a little less GABA. It had significantly less valerian root, valerian oil, and hops oil. Hops oil is something from hops, like you know with beer, but that's supposed to have anti-aging properties, has powerful antioxidant properties. That's kind of like its whole gist. Maybe help you relax too, things like that. In terms of valerian oil, valerian root is a really common supplement that people take to reduce stress and inflammation, and to just help you kind of unwind and relax, and can help with sleep as well, purportedly, right? So the proof's in the pudding here. Now, was it the greater amount of THC that prevented them from sleeping? Was it too much? Was their mind racing or something of that nature? Or because it was still a pretty low amount of THC, all right? And we'll get into exactly how much. Or was it that they just didn't have enough GABA? GABA's that important. Even though it was slightly less, had a major impact. Or the valerian oil and the hops oil have a major impact on sleep and stress and anxiety. And having less of those made it ineffective. Either way, we know that hops oil, valerian oil, and GABA are some big players when it comes to at least improving sleep quality in the sense of reducing disturbance during the night, right? So preventing you from waking up here and there, apparently, right? And they're good for other things too, so maybe not bad options that we can include with other things like magnesium and L-theanine and things to help us relax. That's the acetylmethionine, SAMe is something that reduces anxiety. So for those of you who wanted the gist of it, there you go. And now for those of you who are curious about the details of the study, little science nerds out there, here's what we got for you. It was a randomized controlled trial involving 620 adults. It lasted 1 month. And again, both formulas had the same amounts of L-theanine, CBD, and CBN. They didn't disclose how much was in there. And in group A, they had 0.35 milligrams of THC. They had 150 milligrams of GABA. They had 75 milligrams of hops oil, 75 milligrams of valerian oil. Group 2 had 0.85 milligrams of THC. That's 0.5 milligrams higher than group 1. They had 125 milligrams of GABA. That's 25 milligrams less than the 150 that group A had. They had only 20 milligrams of both valerian oil and hops oil, where they had 75 milligrams of valerian oil and hops oil in group A. And again, group B showed no benefit compared to placebo, whereas group A did. So that's what we got for you guys. I hope you got something out of it. Now, a few things we should say. They had them take 1 capsule. So 1 capsule contained all those dosages, right? And they had them take 1 within 30 minutes before going to bed. After 5 days of taking it, they said, okay, you guys can take up to 4 capsules if you want, if it feels good, in a day. So, a lot of them may have been taken 4 times that amount aforementioned, right? But a lot of them maybe once. But nonetheless, what's more important than the exact dosages here is the principle of, what has increased and decreased where something was more and less effective. And we now know what they were here. So pretty cool. Also, this study was funded by a company that makes the supplement, right? So it has to be taken with a grain of salt. But it was still graded at pretty solid quality, and something we can take from it in terms of proof and positivity is that GABA is good, valerian oil is good, and Topsoil may be good too. And you don't want too much THC. It might make you not able to sleep. Who do we got on here? Let's say hello to the people. We're going to go treat a patient. That's what we do. That's what we love to do. Let's get you in the light here. Fernando Gomez. What's up, my man? How was your day today? Bull City King. T, I am an online coach. Yeah, I do that. I do online transformations. I do online nutrition. I do online adjustments. I'm just kidding. That's impossible. But yeah, I do all sorts of stuff like that. Programs. So, we've done a lot. Hit me up if you're interested in that. Sean, what's up? HM Kala, Brett Malone. There he is. He's back. Edwin Eddie Rodriguez. El Tony, what's up, my man? First one of the day on here. How you doing, my friend? This one is absolutely for you. El Tony Williams, check him out. Guy's a freaking beast. Absolute monster, man. Ripped, jacked. Just did a bodybuilding show and, took the cake, absolutely crushed it. So, an actor too, just many talents. So check out El Tony Williams. Guy's a stud and a good friend of mine. So this one's for you, brother. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for being quick to the gun. Seth, what up? You guys have fantastic rest of your night. It's all we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have a great one. Thanks so much, and happy When Wellness. Ciao.